Hi, I'm Jane King here at the New York Stock Exchange filming another episode of New to the Street. Since 2009, we've been spotlighting some of the most exciting companies, those preparing to go public and those already trading. Catch our interviews as sponsored programming on Fox Business and Bloomberg Television, or watch on our fastest growing platform, YouTube, at New to the Street TV. Let's get started. Synergy is a consumer products company with some well-known brands, and with me is the CEO, Jack Ross, to talk about the company, Synergy. So explain what some of your brands are that are under your umbrella.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Synergy CHC Corp is really a consumer healthcare company that we're building on the public market on the NASDAQ. We have 8 brands under our portfolio today. Our 2 main brands that people will recognize is Focus Factor, been on the market for a long time, has a strong clinical study that supports improvement for memory, concentration, and focus. It's distributed widely at retail, Costco for 14 years, Walmart for 18 years, most grocery stores and drugstores. So a brand that people will recognize with solid science.
Yeah. So let's talk about Focus Factor for a second. I know that there's some testing, some clinical science behind it. Explain that.
Yeah, certainly in the brain health space, it's the number one thing that consumers worry about as they age. So science is very important. And I would encourage consumers to do their research on science, as, not all clinicals are created equal. Our Our claims come directly from the clinical study, improves memory, concentration, and focus. And the clinical study has been done on all 52 ingredients. So it's synergistically, it knows how all the formula works together.
Okay.
Where some of our competitors, it isn't done that way. It's 1 or 2 ingredients that's been clinically studied, and then they add some more ingredients, but really they don't know how they work together. So science matters, and please do your homework.
Okay. So what's in the future then for Synergy?
So Synergy, we went public in October. We've got big expansion plans, not only with the brands domestically and the rollouts of our ready-to-drink products. We're going to be growing internationally with our Costco relationship into, Taiwan, into Australia, into Mexico, those territories. And, we look at that really as our anchor tenants. So, when we're lucky enough to grow with those type of names, then, most major retailers follow. So we've got quite a growth curve ahead of us.
Yeah. Okay. Jack, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Attention investors. Acurex Pharmaceuticals trades on the NASDAQ ACXP, is leading the fight against antibiotic-resistant infections with next-gen small molecule antibiotics. Targeting the $1.7 billion U.S. market for C. difficile, Acurex is driving innovation in a global health crisis. This is one stock to watch. Is ACXP an opportunity for your portfolio? Find out more at New to the Street.
HIT is pushing the boundaries of what is achievable in health insurance. And with me is the Chief Growth Officer, Dustin Planthold, to talk about your role in the company and your background. Let's start with that. Give me your background. What brought you to HIT?
Well, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm a big fan, Jane. You have a great show. For the past 20 years, I've been working with companies, helping them navigate let's be honest, a really complicated space, employee benefits and emerging technology. I joined Health and Tech back in March as the Chief Growth Officer. What grabbed me was pretty simple. Health and Tech is taking on some of the most broken parts of the system, health insurance. And we're coming at it with transparency, emerging technology, your area, and a mission to really make things better for businesses and their people. I saw a shot to be part of something bold, and I decided to jump on board.
So walk me through the company's strategy. How does it work exactly?
So our focus is on making self-funded insurance simple and fast. No paperwork, no headaches, no waiting. We want to give employers instant quotes, make it easy for them to manage their benefits their way. This isn't about selling insurance, Jane. It's about moving employers off the menu and giving them a legit seat at the table. We're not doing it alone. We partnered with some incredible people to make it happen. Folks like Chad Huff at Hilb, David Bailey at Bailey Insurance, a 140-year-old insurance agency, Cindy and Bruce at 90 Degree Benefits, and over 450 other brokers and partners across North America. Our strategy is simple, to help companies improve outcomes, to help them lower the cost of their healthcare. Their only options have been in the past to stay in the traditional fully insured arena. They get rate hikes every time the government passes a new legislative bill. The rates go up when certain communities or cultures or regions start to have certain problems. And we thought that was quite unfair. And that is what Health and Tech was designed for. It was designed to bring the power back to the employer, from the employers of 10 lives to 10,000 lives, giving them the ability to do it a different way.
So, Ed, you have just joined the board of HIT, Health and Tech. Tell me about your background and what drew you to HIT.
So I have been involved for quite some time in investments on a number of different industries, and health tech and insurance has been an area that I've been specifically interested in. The innovation and the interesting new developments that this company is taking is something that really interested me. It's an entrepreneurial endeavor. It's a different game changer, and I think it's going to be something that really introduces something to the market that many entrepreneurs are long awaiting for.
And you have been a former U.S. ambassador to Switzerland and Liechtenstein. So you've got this diplomatic experience. How does that help? What do you bring to the table with that, with HIT?
Well, I think, being an ambassador in Switzerland, there are many, many insurance companies in Switzerland. So I'm very familiar with the insurance industry, very familiar with the competitiveness of it and some of the market changes that are arising in the arena. But also having those diplomatic skills and those relationships around the world, I think it gives me a unique opportunity to give perspective to the board and perspective to the management team to see innovative ways of approaching the company.
Yeah. And Dustin, I know AI is a part of the business, and explain how that works.
So we hear people use that word artificial intelligence or automation, and they believe that they're giving some sort of outcome. We don't promise we're delivering. We're able to do, I like to refer to it as like a bit of a Harry Potter kind of magic. And we're providing bindable quotes, underwritten quotes, in under 10 minutes to employers and to their broker partners. It's fast, it's accurate, and we designed it to scale alongside of the company. So AI is one of the many things that we've been incorporating from the emerging tech space to be able to change the way it had been done in the past, for us to be able to lower the cost for these employers that for many of them, their health insurance program, their employee benefits has been the second biggest line item. And we believe it's time to give them back their power, to power up their health plan.
Now, you were ambassador under President Trump, and he has talked about, in fact, implemented some early big changes in healthcare. How does HIT align with what the president is trying to do?
Well, I think what HIT aligns with is finding ways for entrepreneurs to have access to insurance in an affordable way and produce opportunities for their workers and ensure that it's done efficiently. This is a cutting edge new technology. It's a new market. And I think this is the kind of thing the president, as a businessman, understands extremely well is of value to the U.S. economy as we see increased investment and increased opportunities for entrepreneurs to use these kinds of marketplace options. It's really an option that is extremely productive and attractive for a U.S. industry.
Yeah. Ed and Dustin, thank you so much for coming and sharing your thoughts on HIT.
Thank you. Thank you
so much, Jane.
Oh, Honey, I forgot to tell you, my parents are coming into town tonight for dinner. I'm thinking steaks.
Luckily, Bob bookmarked Commercialville.tv, the internet's only truly localized zip code-enabled video search engine that helps you find businesses right in your own neighborhood.
By the way, baby, my parents became vegans.
My mom isn't crazy about beards.
Tell me you have something else to wear.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Wherever you are, whatever you need, Commercialville.tv's got you covered. We're globally local.
Hello everyone, today we're here with Michael Berg, CFO of Skip Barber Racing. Hi Michael, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure to be here at the New York Exchange. Thank you.
So first of all, can you just give us a brief introduction about yourself, what you do, and also an introduction history of Skip Barber?
I'd be happy to. I'm the CFO of Skip Barber Racing School. Incredibly exciting company, world-renowned, famous. Everywhere we go, people recognize us and our talents in our school. I've been here about 2 years, and we've noticed an incredible amount of growth in the last 2 years. So it necessitated not only myself, but other professionals as well to come in and help the company. So we're in a fantastically strong position as a company right now.
So how many campuses do you have across the United States?
So we don't actually own any racetracks. What we do is the race training. We can train anyone to race a car. So back about 50 years ago, when Skip Barber himself, we call him Skip Barber the man.
John Skip Barber, right?
Yes. And when he started the school, he was a tremendously successful race car driver. And many of you out there will know him.
Yeah, I heard about him before.
Right. And so he had a saying that he could teach anyone to race a car. And so he set out to structure a way of training anyone from people like us all the way up to top pros to race in race cars.
Yeah.
That's the basis for who we are today, 50 years later.
So right now, is Skip Barber the largest car racing schools across the United States?
In the world.
In the world.
There's no other racing school that has our logistics, our number of cars, our training sessions. No one. There's no one like us.
You are so proud of your logistics. Can you elaborate on that?
We got 9 tractor trailers that move our cars around to the 8 iconic tracks in our country and beyond, because we sometimes use additional tracks. And we know where those cars are and where those trucks are every minute of every day. And they travel a lot of miles. Cross country, California to Texas, Texas to Virginia, Virginia to California, up to Connecticut, down to Florida. We're logistically brilliant, operationally brilliant.
So I know Skip Barber hold a lot of corporate events, team building events. So with other corporations, can you elaborate on that?
Well,
how should they contact you?
That's a great question. We've just recently been in contact with several groups that create corporate events for corporations, obviously. And we invite them to incorporate our program and our processes into their offerings to their clients. Contact us at skipbarber.com. We'll show you how to do it. Add it to the various different things you're doing now, the fishing trips and everything else. You'll be a hero, and we'll be able to participate.
Okay, thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to share with our audience in Asia?
Come to America and drive with us, or bring us out to help you drive in Asia.
There are over 83 million dogs and 50 million cats in the U.S. Up to 80% of senior cats and dogs can suffer from osteoarthritis. Spring is helping treat them and is now available in all 50 states and over 800 veterinarian clinics. Learn more at newtothestreet.com. Pet Vivo, a publicly traded company, ticker symbol PETV. Attention investors. Acurex Pharmaceuticals, trades on the NASDAQ ACXP, is leading the fight against antibiotic-resistant infections with next-gen small molecule antibiotics. Targeting the $1.7 billion U.S. market for C. difficile, Acurex is driving innovation in a global health crisis. This is one stock to watch. Is ACXP an opportunity for your portfolio? Find out more at New to the Street.
Why LightPath is a leading provider of next-generation optics and imaging systems for both defense and commercial applications. So with me is CEO Sam Rubin. Sam, great to get caught up on what LightPath has been doing. And let's start with that acquisition in February of G5 Infrared. Tell me about that and why that was important for the business.
Great. Good to be here again, Jane, and thanks for having me over. Yeah, LightPath over the last 5 years has been in a transition from a pure component company that was really, on the low end of the complexity of products, if you would, making individual lenses and components very commoditized with a lot of price pressure, to become a vertically integrated manufacturer of systems, of imaging systems. The acquisition of G5 is a major step in that way. G5 Infrared is a leading company in making infrared or thermal cameras, if you would, for long-range imaging, detection of objects from a very far distance. And with the acquisition of G5, LightPath is going to nearly double its size this year and add some very significant product lines that today, with everything going on in the geopolitics and the defense world, is key to a lot of the growth needed in the market.
Very interesting. And then the border as well is one area that you're working in, the G5 cameras. So explain what they can do at the borders.
Yeah, so G5 provides Elbit of America, the cameras that go onto towers along the border. And so this project has been in the works for a few years now. And with the current administration, the indication is that it's going to grow even further. The goal of this project is to have unmanned towers every few miles along the border that are constantly looking for incoming potential cars or individuals coming near to the border to potentially cross the border or do some threat. And so these systems are going to integrate AI in them and are going to integrate some offline ability to work and constantly monitor and stare at the border or even beyond the border to detect those threats, but without needing a person sitting there watching the monitors all the time. Because when you're talking about something as big as our southern border or even our northern border, you're talking about hundreds of cameras. You can't have people sitting there watching hundreds of monitors 24/7. It just doesn't work. So AI is going to play a major role there. And again, a place where the G5 cameras are going to play a major role in providing the technical ability to even see what's going on.
Wow, Sam, absolutely fascinating how you're on the cutting edge of all these changes geopolitically and how technology is playing in the future for defense as well. So really interesting.
It's an incredible time to be where we are. And we're so lucky that we've become a company that just 5 years ago, 8% of our revenue was defense. And now it is over 60% and growing. And so we're at the right place at the right time.
All right, Sam, thank you so much for updating us. And I look forward to the next time we speak.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Is your garden struggling to stay hydrated? Meet Waterless Garden, the organic solution that saves water and boosts your garden's health. Packed with humus materials and trillions of beneficial microbes, Waterless Garden improves soil structure and increases water retention. Use less water, get better results, and watch your garden thrive. Waterless Garden. Less water, more life.
Oh, honey, I forgot to tell you, my parents are coming into town tonight for dinner. I'm thinking steaks.
Luckily, Bob bookmarked Commercialville.tv, the internet's only truly localized zip code-enabled video search engine that helps you find businesses right in your own neighborhood.
By the way, baby, my parents became vegans. My mom isn't crazy about beards.
Tell me you have something else to wear.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Wherever you are, whatever you need, Commercialville.tv's got you covered. We're globally local.
Welcome Ankur Kamboj, Chief Financial Officer of Roadzen, and Nisarg Tanya, the head of Roadzen's Drive Buddy AI. So great to have you both here and to join us. And Roadzen has just been doing so much lately in InsurTech, and I would like to shine a spotlight though on one of the potential game-changing segments of the business, and this is on the eve of finalization of major regulation mandate in India that will require all commercial trucks, vans, and buses to be outfitted with driver drowsiness and attention warning systems, along with other critical road safety features. So I understand we're just months away from the installation of this mandate, and that Roadzen is the only technology company that's been validated by the Indian ministry to be able to have this. So let's do a deep dive here into this opportunity. And you could just tell me quickly the review of the technology and the driving conditions in India that inspired this mandate. Whoever would like to take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. India is like, it has maximum number of accidents when we say it's per vehicle kind of accidents in the world. And the vehicle population is around 360 million vehicles on the road. And this results in close to 500,000 accidents every year, with a life loss of average one life lost in 3 minutes. That's a huge impact on the economy, and it impacts the GDP also. The road infrastructure contributes a lot into these accidents, but in the recent time, there are new highways, new expressways, motorways have been built in India. Now, what that causes with these high-speed highways, the driver drowsiness increases. And now that is increasingly becoming more and more driving behavior issue, right? Indian infrastructure is, again, there's a mixed kind of traffic on every road. There are like motor vehicle as well as non-motor vehicle. Now, this is the right time when Indian government has taken a stand to set up some standards to monitor these kind of behavior and not just distracted driving, but some other parameters also like blind spot monitoring, lane departure, etc. So we believe it's that the timing is very, very right, and computer vision on which TriBuddy AI is built is the right kind of technology to take on this challenge, because computer vision is probably very good technology when you have to build a safety technology for the vehicles. The commercial vehicles, the mandate is for the sorry.
No, go ahead, finish.
Yeah. The mandate is for the commercial vehicles, which contribute around 30% of the total accidents. So it's a huge leap from the government that they are taking a step on it.
Okay, interesting. So what is next then for Drive Buddy AI with regards to the mandate?
So basically, there are 5 different regulations. AIS 184, 186, 187, 188, and 172. So apart from 172, all 4 are dependent on computer vision and radar-based technologies. Where we have got already a validation for 184. We are now waiting for the validation to be done for 186, 87, and 88, where we have a technology readiness already available with us. In terms of 184 and other feature set, we have gone way beyond the requirements and regulation feature requirements. Our features in aftermarket are already apart from whatever is required for the regulation. Some of the features which are not even part of the regulation, we have been able to solve them. And drowsiness detection is basically is not a binary solution where it is like, person is drowsy or not drowsy. It is a progressive approach where we have been able to identify such cases and edge cases in terms of drowsiness, sudden sleep kind of cases, micro sleep kind of cases from the drivers when they're driving a long haul driving, which can turn fatal into road accidents in case it happens. So this is where we have got an edge. So that is where we are putting all our R&D efforts in the future, where we're trying to come up with a single box solution where we can comply with all these different regulations in a single box solution to all the OEMs, which will make things a little easier for OEM to integrate. I think other than that, regulations with the car will also follow soon, because now it has started with a commercial vehicle, and in car, the buying in India is already happening based on the global NCAP and Euro NCAP safety rating, where people have become more safety conscious, which will drive, I think, the adoption in the PVs vehicles also. So which is where we are waiting for the opportunities in the passenger vehicle segment, where we'll also take a leap forward.
Now, it sounds like there's going to be a lot of rapid fire developments coming up for you guys. So anything else you'd like to share with investors and stakeholders about the company and where you are right now?
Yeah, so Roadzen is close to $50 million in annual recurring revenue. We are very close to break even. We are approaching it pretty soon and growing very rapidly. We deliver demonstrable real-world efficiencies, cost saving, safety to mobility as well as the insurance industry with the end-to-end AI platforms. Yes, our stock is very, very undervalued today. We are trading roughly at 1x our revenue. A five-fold increase would really kind of bring it us at par with our peers. So considering that our stock is really at a risk-reward kind of very good level. The sell-side analysts who are covering our stock, they have targeted price benchmark of $5 to $6 as a buying price for the stock. So yes, I would say it's currently trading really under $1 a share. It's the right time to buy. So why not go buy some?
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ankur and Nisag, for sharing this development. Congratulations on your new deal with the Indian government. And please come and update us once it gets implemented and we can see how it's really working in the real world.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you for inviting us.